Okay. Hello and welcome to the Bra Association podcast. I have no idea what episode this is.
I think
People,
we're
introduce
9.
yourself.
Whatever. What's up, guys?
Okay, well, I'm Gabe.
I'm Zach.
I'm Matt.
I'm Jack.
Wow, that was actually kind of coherent this time.
We're all also Paul.
Who's Zach?
Okay, so today we didn't really have a topic, so we just we did. This is completely planned.
Yep,
Yeah.
we didn't just look this up 2 minutes ago. Or
Yeah,
anything.
this isn't just the 15 fun, weird, and unexpected interview questions with sample answers article that I am reading off of. These are genuine questions that I thought were very interesting.
Cool.
Everything else fails. We'll talk about politics.
No.
Okay.
That's a
No
bad
need to
idea.
get political, but
No need to get political, but what do you think about Biden winning the election? Okay, so our first question of these totally original, funny interview questions. How would you solve problems if you were from Mars?
well, what?
How does it change?
Well,
That's
so
what it
funny
says.
original.
That's
That
the
sure is
dumbest
funny and
question I've
original.
ever heard. What do you? Just the same as anyone else solves problems. What do you mean?
Okay, this is the sample answer to maybe get your mind churning with those fantastic ideas.
If I was the only thing that would change is if I was calculating problems that have gravity in them, I would
Yeah.
have to use a different number instead of 9.81 or whatever.
Okay, this is the sample answer. For instance, an ideal candidate might say, if I were on Mars, they'd likely have their own problems separate from those on Earth. First, I'd conduct research to determine cause and effect, and then I'd offer potential solutions.
Okay, but
No, that's stupid though. How is that going to get anything done? Okay, we have a topic now. We're just
That's
gonna make
also
fun of
just,
these.
I feel like that's kind of avoiding the question.
that's kind of a
really
stupid
is, yeah.
question.
It's just testing people's skills to avoid questions.
Okay, but how
Yes.
would you solve problems if you were from Argentina?
The same, but in Spanish.
That's crazy.
I'd solve them in Argentinian.
Yes.
I would solve them, but they have different gravity there, right?
Yeah, they have different gravity in Argentina.
Yeah,
I think it's like
9.82 there.
yeah.
Just one specific country where they have
Yeah.
just different gravity.
Argentina just has like 0.2 extra gravity.
Yes. that is how it
Okay.
works.
So our next totally original funny interview question is, what do you think of garden gnomes?
They could be cool, if they're not like just the basic ones.
I think they're dumb. I don't know. Just have a garden with like
Hot
garden
take
things.
there.
You don't need to have a gnome.
Okay,
Yeah, controversial opinion, guys, but garden gnomes, stupid.
Don't mean to get political or anything, but garden gnomes.
I kind of don't like garden gnomes.
I don't have too big of an issue with gnomes, unless there's like a bunch of them. Like if someone has just like a zillion garden gnomes in their front lawn, then
So
it
you
gets
haven't-
kind of weird.
You have an issue with groups of gnomes, like gaggles
Yeah, I'm
of
intimidated
gnomes,
by
not,
groups
not
of
sing-
gnomes.
not single gnomes.
What do you call a group of garden gnomes?
The gnomies.
That's actually pretty
It
good.
is pretty good.
I gotta say I like gnomes. They're one of them was a star of one of my favorite movies. So
What, Romeo and Juliet?
Sherlock Gnomes.
no, Sherlock Gnomes. Yeah, I've actually never seen Sherlock Gnomes. I did see Romeo and Juliet though. It's a
I'm
great
not
movie.
a goblin.
It deserved the
I'm not a goblin.
deserved the Oscar that year, but it didn't get it.
I'm a gnome.
Gnomes.
Okay,
Yeah, let's use that as an interview question, Matt.
we got another question here. Why are manholes round?
Oh, actually, my dad told me this the other day. It's so Because if it was a square and it ended up diagonal, then it could fall through. But since it's a circle, it can never go through the hole. Because, like,
I bet I could make it. I have a hammer.
well, but they're pretty thick and strong.
Okay, so
That's actually
would
the
you
right
guys
answer, yeah.
would you guys like to hear the sample answer? An ideal candidate will think the question through and provide a thoughtful answer like this one. A round manhole cover can't fall through the round manhole opening. A square cover, on the other hand, could fit diagonally through the opening and fall through.
I'm a genius.
Additionally, a circular cover fits
I'm
easily
an
and can be
ideal
removed
candidate for
easily
this job. What is
without
this
much
job?
precision and rotating.
Also,
I have no
isn't it
idea what
just
this
easier
job
to
is.
like cut a circular hole than a square one?
Yeah, that's true.
Also,
Nobody's
that
gonna make like a perfect square hole.
Yeah.
that doesn't feel like an interview question. It feels like
It's
just,
like
random
a pop
trivia.
quiz question. Yeah.
Yeah, hey guys, you know why manholes are round?
Do you know why manholes are round? No, no job.
Hey kid, you want to hear why manholes are round?
Hey kid, listen closely.
Yeah, sorry,
I
we
know
we
why
can't
manholes
hire
are
you.
round.
You don't know why manholes are round.
Zach, are there only
That's-
15 of these on this website? I mean, that you wrote down by yourself?
Yeah, there are only 15 that I wrote down by myself, but we can
No.
we can thoughtfully think about all the answers, and
Yes, we need to become ideal candidates.
yeah, we need to become ideal candidates for this imaginary job. Let's see. You've been given an elephant. You can't give it away or sell it. What would you do with the elephant?
Ride it.
Hold on,
What kind of questions are these?
hold on. Let me look something up. Price of ivory.
No.
Check no.
Raw ivory stood at $2,100.
I mean, I
Per
don't have the
kilogram. Okay,
resources to
joking.
feed and care for an elephant.
Yeah, I don't. And also, the ivory is illegal to possess. I probably just give it to some wildlife shelter.
Oh, you
Some,
know what? I think
refuge place
it's a
in
really
Africa.
Jack's actually got a really good idea. Cutting off their tusks actually makes it so that poachers can't poach their tusks. So if you cut them off and sell them, then you're preventing poachers. Smart, big brain.
Sure.
I don't know if that's how that works.
It's
Yeah.
By preventing
Okay,
the
that
poachers,
might
you
be.
become the poacher,
You become the poachers, yes.
or maybe the other way around.
Yeah, I have no idea.
I don't know. I'd maybe put it in a catapult and launch it to North Korea.
Yeah,
Okay.
sure. That's the best answer. What would the ideal candidate? What do you think the ideal candidate would say in this scenario?
Yeah, what would they do?
Sell the
Oh.
ivory.
Yeah, what do you guys? That's actually a fun idea. Maybe like just try to see what the the candidate would actually say in this
The
in this
ideal
scenario.
candidate said, ride it around town and use it to dominate the local blue tractor.
Yeah, I don't think Blue Tractor is any other places.
Do you guys all agree?
No, I think you need to ride it over the Alps, and invade the Roman Empire using it, just as was done long ago.
Matt, do you have a answer?
I'm gonna say that they would say Jack's answer, because Jack's answer was originally good. Well, no, not originally, about the poaching, but the second one, where he said to go to a wildlife shelter.
Okay. Your candidate might say, since I don't have a place to put an elephant, I'd probably send it on a vacation. So that's I guess technically bringing it to a wildlife shelter.
Sort of.
Yeah.
Or this is like the other answer a candidate might say, I would feed it and then ride it to work.
Okay. So my answer was kind of correct.
Yes.
I had the
If he
correct
works at
answer,
Blue
but
Tractor,
abandoned
my
it
answer is
in
fully
terms of
correct.
the funny.
Your next
Yeah.
question, to see if you're an ideal candidate, is if you were a tree, what kind of tree would you be and why?
Oh no, this is gonna be hard to guess.
Pine trees because they're cool.
Sequoias, because they're cooler.
Because they're cool.
I don't know. Also, they don't have to shed their leaves all the time.
Yeah, that's a good point.
What
Yeah, but
qualities
wha-
of a good worker does that translate into? Not shedding your leaves.
Yeah, Matt's on the right track.
I guess I'd be just a maple tree because Canada.
Or a giant redwood because nobody would cut you down because they don't have a big enough axe.
Yeah.
Okay, I think Matt
I think
actually
it'd be
wants to
illegal.
guess.
What did Matt say?
Yeah.
I don't.
No,
never
he didn't
said
say anything yet, but I think he actually kind of wants to guess what the ideal candidate would say.
Why are you just speaking for me?
I don't know. It
What do you-
seemed like you you were trying to get to something. I don't know.
I never said anything. Okay.
Okay, fine, then speak. Speak for yourself. You're not saying
Not to
anything,
get
so that's why I'm
political or
speaking for
anything,
you.
but I want to be a pine tree.
Okay, thanks. Jack.
I mean, everyone else already gave their
I'm
answers.
trying to think.
Zach, you didn't give your answer.
They'd be
Oh,
I'd say they'd just be a giant redwood because they're big and strong. And
Okay,
That's just
okay.
my
My
answer.
Yeah, I'm
my
just
answer is
your answer.
my answer is my answer is I would be an oak tree because I'm strong and dependable. So your ideal candidate should say something like this: I would be an oak tree because I'm strong and dependable.
oh wow.
Wow, you guessed
You're
it.
the
Wow, I'm the
ideal
ideal
candidate.
candidate.
That is the ideal
I said
candidate.
exactly the same thing.
What a surprise.
That's
Yeah,
quite a coincidence.
you must be pretty ideal.
That is
Okay,
pretty
I-
ideal
I've
if
gotta-
I do say so
I-
myself.
You also must be pretty candidate.
I think we should definitely, if we ever end up making merch for the podcast because we become insanely popular, we should make a shirt that says "Ideal Candidate" and put a picture of an oak tree on it.
Yeah.
Sounds
um,
unlikely, but write it down.
If that ever just happens.
We
for
have like
whatever
3
reason.
short ideas. We have something about a dinosaur or something. I don't remember.
Oh yeah, I
then-
forget.
We have
What,
to have,
what was
yeah,
that?
something with. We have to have something with a milk jug on it.
That was from the episode with Penelope on it.
Yeah. And then we need Jack Sparrow is just a guy.
Yeah.
And then-
Everyone's just a guy.
We should also have one that just has like a bad drawing of a milk jug on it.
Yeah.
That doesn't relate to the podcast though.
but it's
No,
funny.
it doesn't.
It's kind of funny though. Yeah.
What's the next question?
What is the next question?
Okay, our next question is part of a new section. It's called "Creative and Interesting Interview Questions," which is kind of what I thought this has been the. Oh no,
what,
the
were
first.
what was the previous?
Oh, the previous section was
Yeah.
funny interview questions. This one is creative and
How were any
interesting.
of the past ones
Oh.
funny? They were just like
They
trivia.
weren't funny. They're
They were just dumb. How would you solve problems from Mars?
What if you had an elephant? They're not even like haha random funny because like that has to be done. It can't be just completely random. Also, it's the most generic form of randomness ever. Like, oh, are you in space? You have an elephant? Like, that's almost as generic as saying potato when somebody asks you something.
Potato.
Potato.
Okay, so here's our next creative and interesting interview question. We finish the interview and you step outside the office and find a lottery ticket that ends up winning 10 million. What would you do? I'd invest it all in buying a bunch of elephants and taking their tusks.
I'd buy a bunch of elephants, ship them to Mars, and then observe how they solve problems.
Yeah.
I don't know.
I don't know.
I'd invest it in stocks,
I'd
okay.
like, yeah.
Maybe
buy some
I'd
stocks.
actually go check the hallway right now to make sure that like you're not setting me up.
I'd
You'd
buy
check
some
to see if you're
stocks,
not
and
on a
the rest-
hidden prank show.
Yeah.
The rest I would spend on creating a secret black market system within the United States of America and also with a branch in Cambodia, right?
With
I
who
don't know
in
what
the
I'd sell.
just the United States, like as a country?
it would be for selling it would I would have a lot of
Sprite
business. Here's what
onions.
I'd do. I'd gather firearms from the United States and
No,
then
sell
sell them in
Sprite
countries
onions
around the world.
and
And maybe
Sprite
some
cranberries.
what, Sprite onions.
Sprite onions and
Like
Sprite
Sprite
cranberries.
onions.
I don't know
None
what
of
you're
this
talking
is real
about.
anyway. None of this is real anyway. I'd probably just invest it in stocks and then like I don't know, buy a better computer.
I don't know. I guess I'd maybe make my own currency called the Zackle, and
That's stupid.
it would be worth it would be worth 0.00001 cent.
Why are you just gonna cause like exact dollar inflation?
I'd convert all of my money to Zackles.
I convert all of my money to euros, go to Europe, and give it away to people to cause a little bit of inflation.
Just because.
Nice.
just because why not?
Okay. You want to hear what the ideal candidate would say?
What?
What would they say?
The ideal candidate would say, "I'd use the 10 million to travel, donate to charity, and provide for my family. However, I'd still want to work for your company. I've always enjoyed working in marketing, and I think this company puts a great emphasis on creativity and storytelling to help brands spread their message."
Okay,
So-
next
so-
question.
Listen,
Wait, no, I
listen,
gotta-
I like my answer way better.
I gotta read
would,
the rest.
So I would hire a candidate that says I want to cause inflation for the funny haha so much more than I'd hire somebody who likes marketing.
Okay, so at least we know what type of job it is now, though. It's marketing.
It's lame. It's a lame job.
Something in
It's a
marketing.
stupid job.
Imagine working in marketing.
Imagine.
Instead of just going
Okay.
and causing inflation, because haha.
Just going and causing inflation.
What is this question? The next question is, what's the color of money?
How's it an interview
What?
question?
Okay.
I don't know. Green.
Green.
Blue.
Okay.
The
Polly.
ideal
special
candidate
shade
is
of-
gonna say like, it
No,
depends
it's-
on what country you're in, and sometimes it's
Yeah.
Do you want to
brown."
hear? Do you want to hear what the ideal
In the
candidate would
It
say?
depends on the
Yes,
country.
what
In
would
the
the
United
ideal
States,
candidate
it's
say?
a certain type of green that can't be replicated
Well-
with a common printer.
Well, you might be expecting green to be the right answer. You'll actually want your candidate to say, it depends on the country. This type of awareness for the world at large could be critical when evaluating markets and making global financial decisions.
Okay, what type? Okay, so let me get this straight. So you're interviewing this guy to do marketing, and your main concern is that he doesn't know that there are different currencies?
Well, okay, that would be fairly concerning if you were working in marketing, but thinking that that's like the main focus of your interview, that people forget that there's like other currencies in the world, like
That's also a stupid question. Like,
So you're gonna
Yeah, it's a-
ask him this convoluted question, and his answer to it will determine whether you think he knows different currencies or not?
if he says green, all right, pack up. Your other interview's
Yeah.
done. You're not getting hired. No way.
Because this is one of your 15 stupid questions.
Yeah.
I think I might just walk out of an interview if they ask me all these questions and expect me to get them all right.
No, I get them. I get them all right and get an easy job.
Or it's
Like,
not even.
I-
It's not
for
even like.
marketing. I'm not gonna work in marketing. I would never work in marketing. Like that's like the job that I want to do the least out of any job.
That is
Okay,
definitely
I
not
think
true.
being a lawyer would be worse than working in marketing. Because in marketing, at least you can like do cool like advertisements and stuff. You know, graphic design.
Yeah.
I guess maybe,
But
but
just,
the
like-
problem with marketing is that you have to work with the business people, and I don't like working with the business people.
Yeah.
Jackson's what if you worked with
Like, okay.
business people? You don't own a business.
As a whole,
Or
as a whole, the idea of making advertisements isn't like that bad as on its own, but like
no, it's kind of cool.
the idea of working as a marketing is like it just doesn't sound good.
Would you guys like to hear the next question?
Yeah, yeah.
Yes.
Yeah,
This
sure.
is such a basic question. If you had to be shipwrecked on a deserted island, but all your human needs, such as food, all your human needs, such as food and water, were taken care of, what 2 items would you want to have with you?
Let's see.
Only two.
The ideal candidate would see, let's say my marketing degree, which is probably not a thing.
Marketing.
My
degree.
brain for marketing.
And an elephant.
Yeah, an elephant.
The planet Mars.
To go solve
No, let's see
marketing
here.
problems
We
on-
gotta think outside the box here, like these ideal candidates. Probably he
we gotta
would
like
say
think outside the box, but we can't go too far outside the box.
that he would ask for a boat to take him back to land.
Yeah,
and oars.
he'd ask for like a massive cruise ship and then a crew for the cruise ship or something
No,
like
a
that.
cruise ship and then his marketing degree.
Yeah.
Okay.
He would ask for
Would you
a
like me to read
barge,
that?
Because barges
Would
are
you like me
funny.
to read this one?
I think we got it, guys.
Yeah, we got
It
it.
says, for instance, a candidate who mentions needing a Kindle with unlimited books and my laptop shows different values from a candidate who says he wants music and a boat. While there's no right answer, you'll want a candidate who showcases an ability to prioritize and think logically through tough situations. For instance, maybe your candidate says, I'd like to bring a Wi-Fi enabled laptop with a wind generator to charge the batteries and a lighter. I can do my work and keep in contact with friends on my laptop, and I can use a lighter to start fires and keep warm at night.
But that's like 3 things.
Why would you use a lighter and not
It's
like
not-
matches? A lighter just seems like it'd
Okay.
Oh yeah, it is 3 things.
I want a stuff generator.
Yeah, that person's just
Generate stuff.
so they just want a stupid person who doesn't know how to count.
Yeah, apparently.
Wi-Fi enabled laptop and wind or with wind generator. That's not one thing. You can't just say with and make it 2 things
Yeah.
or make 2 things into 1 things. Okay. I guess the key
Dumb
takeaway
question.
from that is just think logically through tough situations to be the ideal
Yeah,
candidate.
And the best way to in an interview answer this question is just to add more stuff to the question, in the dumbest way possible, like saying Wi-Fi enabled wind powered laptop, like or what did it say with a wind generator? That's another thing.
Yeah. Okay, so our next question is: are you a hunter or a gatherer?
What? What
Uh,
does that really mean?
that's oh my gosh, it's so stupid. It's
Yeah.
so dumb. What?
Oh
Oh yeah, so if you were in Mesopotamia,
agriculture is sustainable.
I'd say I'd be a gatherer of agriculture.
I'd be
But-
a hunter because my parents named me Hunter.
Think about marketing though.
What? I'd be a
What would
gatherer, I'd
marketing
be a
people say?
hunter, and I'd,
Marketing people would say I'd be both, and I'd sell all of it.
I'd hunt, I'd hunt farmland.
Hunt wild farmland. Hunt farmers. So you can take their farmland
I'd
and
hunt
be both a
Marses
hunter a
and get
gatherer.
ivory from them, and then sell the ivory to elephants.
That's a good idea,
Yeah.
Matt. Be the hunter and the
was Matt's idea?
gatherer.
Yeah, that's probably what they're looking for. That, or that you want to be a farmer.
Are you
Why did they
far
want you
right
to
or
be a
far
farmer?
left?
They're gonna
I'm
say
far
some
right.
BS about like this
Agriculture-
shows like the personality of the person, and if they say hunter, they're violent, and if they say gatherer, then they're not.
Then they're just
And
bad.
if they say farmer,
Okay,
then they
so
know
what do you
history.
guys think is the correct answer, all of you? Hunter or
What I just
gatherer?
said.
So you think it's a gatherer?
Both.
There's no correct answer, except it tells you what personality they have.
It's a personality test.
It is.
Okay. The answer is you want your candidate to focus her answer or their answer around qualifications of a specific role. For example, if you're hiring for a content creator role, you'll want your candidate to say, "I'm a gatherer. I enjoy collecting critical SEO data and insights over time and tailor my content to reach long-term goals."
I'm just what?
Who gets that from that
How does
question?
that have
That's
to
like
do with
the most-
anything?
You just read like the most boring, like uninteresting sentence I think I could have ever heard.
But that's so dumb. When they say, "Are you a hunter?" and Oh no! It's
It was a
such a
very
stupid
obscure-
question.
Like, yeah.
Also, you're technically right, Gabe. Like after that answer thing, it says ultimately hunters and gatherers are two very different categories of people. This question can help you quickly discern what types of strengths and weaknesses your candidate is likely to display in the role.
Also,
Okay, but you could like be a hunter type person and like make content.
Who's a hunter type person? That doesn't.
I
it
don't
doesn't-
know.
The
But-
question does.
People who are named Hunter.
Yeah.
me and the boys naming
Like
our
Jack.
kids Gatherer.
You need to name your kid Gatherer so they can get a good job.
In marketing.
I would
That-
name my
that's
kid
an
Farmer because it's sustainable in the next step in history.
Jack,
That's an
shut up
ideal
about
candidate
farming.
move.
Okay, how come
think
the
we should
first
now
questions were so not specific, and then all of a sudden they got super specific to marketing in the answers?
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know. I think what we
yeah,
should
ideal
do
candidate.
is every time something or someone does something clever or something, we say that's an ideal candidate move.
Yeah.
Causing inflation. That's an ideal
That's what I
candidate move.
call an ideal candidate move.
I'm about to do what's called an ideal candidate move.
Oh yeah, we forgot to mention Sean isn't here because he doesn't care about the podcast.
No, he just
Yeah,
we're
he's
joking.
actually-
He could
he's-
make it.
He's abandoned us to live in Cuba.
No, he put us on a deserted island and gave us access to food and water, but said that we can only have two things. So we
Yeah,
brought our
so we took
laptops and now
3.
we're recording the podcast.
Yeah, we brought our podcast equipment to the island, and Sean is not on the island, so
Yeah, Sean
It's
brought,
unfortunate.
Sean brought other things to the island.
yeah.
Sean brought, what would Sean bring to an island? Bag of spicy Cheetos.
pistachios,
Chopsticks.
fruit leather.
Two of those items are food items, which they said you'd have in the
One
question.
chopstick, the other chopstick.
Yeah, that's totally a Sean thing to do, though. They'd say,
Yeah, bring
you have
food when you
food,"
already
and
have
he'd
food.
bring food
Yeah.
anyways.
Just so you have the right food.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah, that's true.
Sean
Oh.
would Sean would like try to do the I'm gonna get off the island thing, but he'd say like I'm gonna bring a canoe and a paddle instead of saying I'm gonna bring like a destroyer, like a battleship or something like that.
And then he'd
something
be like-
actually interesting.
He'd be like, I didn't know that we could pick that.
Yeah.
That's exactly what he would do.
It literally is.
Just like Zach rides by on like a freaking like gunship.
He's like, oh, I didn't know you could pick that. Just paddling on the canoe.
I just pick like a crop duster plane and I just let all of the dust like out right over his canoe.
Like, drop a bomb of pesticide over his canoe.
Yeah.
No,
Should have picked a crop duster, Sean.
Yeah.
I like how this went from roasting interview questions to destroying Sean.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know. Depending on if he listens to this episode, he may have some choice words for us.
Yeah.
he probably
Yeah.
won't care.
I bet they'll be like, no, I wouldn't bring a canoe.
His choice words. Yeah, those would probably be his choice words.
I'll bring a paddle boat.
Okay, so now we're moving on to
Battle
the
Yeah, I
weird-
bring a surfboard.
Now we're moving on to the weird, unusual, and random interview questions.
Oh god.
Considering
This is
the other
what-
ones, this one has to be extremely odd.
You
I-
go again.
Okay.
Already looking at the first question, I know these are gonna be good.
Oh no.
Okay. How much do you charge to wash every window in Seattle?
How much are they willing,
What?
how much are they willing to pay me?
What do you mean?
I don't know. That's
What-
all the
what
question
type of-
says.
Why Seattle?
I don't know.
I don't even
Okay,
know
well,
how many
my
windows
response-
there are in Seattle.
My
Probably a
response
lot.
would be number one, Do I get food and water provided for the whole thing? Do I get a place of residence provided? If all that happens, then I will accept the maximum amount you are willing to pay me.
Sorry, what was the
Because
question?
then
Do you not
go
hear it?
ahead.
No, I was muted.
It
Oh, he
was
mute deafened.
it was how much do you charge to wash every window in Seattle?
What?
I don't know.
Okay, so assuming that like the average window size, I'd say I'd charge like, I don't know, maybe like $5 a window.
The ideal candidate answer
Below
is
minimum
is
wage.
gold for this one. You want me to say
What
it?
is
What is
Yeah.
it?
Ideally, your candidate will say something like this. Well, let's say Seattle consists of 10,000 city blocks with 1,000 windows per block. That's 10 million windows. If I charge $5 per window, I'd make 50 million.
Hey, I was
That's
Make
right.
not
that
enough.
ideal.
That's not enough.
Also, why'd you sound like
That's not
Ben
enough.
Shapiro for a second?
I was just putting on a.
Hypothetically, if you wanted to clean every window in Seattle,
I was just putting.
much
Hypothetically,
would
let's
you
say, for the sake of argument, theoretically.
Well, I think the Ben Shapiro voice kind of fits for what kind of like what that
Yeah.
what that quote sounds like.
yeah.
It just sounds unnecessarily like pretentious.
What site is
Yeah.
this on?
It's on. Actually, it's completely original. But if it were
Oh,
to be
yeah.
on a website, I would put it on blog.hubspot.com.
Does it have to do with marketing?
I don't know. I don't
I
even
bet
think
it has to do
so.
with
It just says, it just says 15 fun, weird, and unexpected interview questions with sample answers.
Huh,
It's not
weird.
specifically
I mean,
about
they
what
are
title.
weird.
That is the
Yeah.
hypothetical title you would name the page that you'd put these questions on.
Oh,
Yeah.
oh, and yet again, after the ideal candidate answer for this one, it says the answer itself doesn't matter.
Of course it doesn't.
Yeah,
You know why?
of course
Because
it
the
doesn't.
question itself doesn't matter either.
Okay, next.
This one is okay. So they weren't lying when they said these are weird, unusual, and random interview questions. These are ones that are making the other ones seem normal.
Oh, no.
This one's design a spice rack for the blind. Number one, that's not even a question, and number two, what does that even mean?
Does it mean like a hunting blind?
What
Why do you
type
need a
of
spice
interview?
rack?
You're the marketing interview. Oh, man.
This is the kind of question they ask you in engineering class.
This is
Does
the
that-
type of
okay, so
question that you should never be asked, because why would anyone
That's
It's
ever
true.
it's not
ask
even a question. It just says design a spice rack for the blind. So in your interview, they just want you to start building a spice rack.
Oh, my God.
why?
It's so dumb.
Also, just use Braille. It's not that hard.
Okay.
Yeah,
that's
just use
it. That-
Braille.
okay, so that's an ideal candidate type answer. So,
Yeah.
so it says, for instance, perhaps your candidate tells you she wants to, or they want to interview blind people first, and blah blah blah, whatever. Alternatively, maybe your candidate says they'd
Oh,
create
for
braille
the
labels
blind,
on
as
each
in,
of the
like,
shelves.
Oh, okay. I missed the blind part.
Oh,
I thought it meant like
That's-
for a blind, like I don't know, a hunting
Oh,
blind,
oh.
or like a different type of blind, like to just have a spice rack in it. But it meant
Oh, my gosh.
I just
that's a very different question.
I would have,
Yeah.
if it was for blind people, I would have assumed it said for blind people, not the blind, but whatever. I just missed that.
Okay, so after that doozy of a statement, I guess, not even really a question. Our next question is, how many pennies would fit into this room?
What is this room?
I don't
A
know.
lot.
A lot.
What
One.
room?
Maybe two. At least two.
At least
Yeah,
5.
At least 2.
Well,
Probably like more than 7, maybe.
Yeah, I'd say about
probably
7.
like enough to fill the room, I'd say.
Big brain answer. Zach, this is a really weird question. Why would you write this question? How are we supposed to answer it?
Oh yeah,
Yeah, what room are
sorry.
you talking about, Zach?
Sorry, this is kind of a poor question. That's
There isn't even a room
my
on this
bad.
island.
We should.
This island
have
doesn't
a
have
room.
any
We asked for
rooms.
one. We all asked for like boats.
I mean,
and
we
stuff.
have a spice rack for the blind.
Yeah, we have a spice rack for the blind.
That's one
and
of
a
the things
crop
that Sean
duster.
asked for.
Yeah.
He asked for a canoe and a spice rack for the blind.
on the canoe.
He doesn't even have any spices for it. It's just a spice rack.
Yeah.
Okay, so the ideal candidate apparently would say, I need to measure how many pennies fit lengthwise, widthwise, and heightwise. Then I'd simply multiply those 3 numbers. So apparently they're just giving
Oh,
They just want us to do basic math.
they're just giving us math problems.
what do you?
I
It's
like,
just
yeah. Just okay. Just say what's the formula for volume.
yeah.
Like, don't ask how many pennies are in a room. That's a different question.
Yeah, okay.
I just found
That's-
a whole thing on Reddit for blind people designing spice racks.
Actually,
Nice.
r/blind
What?
spice rack question/ideas.
How many members are there?
11.1k.
Okay, dude.
That's a lot.
How are you? Wait, but
no, it's
there can't be any blind people on there.
that's not the entire spice. That's not the entire subreddit. The subreddit is r/blind.
Yeah.
It's not specifically
No, but
r/blind
there's a whole conversation
spice
about
rack
designing
questions
spice racks.
/ideas. There's just a question or a post that's about spice rack questions /ideas.
You know my favorite subreddit that has like no members on it? r/okra.
Is it just?
r/okra.
It's literally just a
Is it
subreddit.
just about
Yes,
okra?
there's 46 members, and I'm one of them.
Nice.
I'm posting.
Okay, what's the next
Posted.
question?
Do people just take pictures of their okra and post it to the subreddit?
Yes.
Hello? Yeah. Okay. Our next category, unique interview questions.
Unique.
I think this is the
These have all
last
been
category.
pretty unique, if I say so myself.
Yeah.
but
If you had a choice between 2 superpowers, being invisible or flying, which would you choose?
Invisible all the way.
flying.
Yeah, definitely.
I choose flying, definitely.
No, but here's the thing. If you chose flying, like it sounds cool, like you could fly around like Superman. But if you chose flying, you'd also have to have superpowers that protected you from like super cold winds and like
Just
surviving
wear a coat.
velocities and stuff.
And getting clotheslined by a telephone pole.
Yeah.
Dying.
And like hyper
Whereas being
acceleration
invisible,
and
it's just like
deceleration.
people just can't see you. Like imagine you could pull so many pranks if you could become invisible.
Yeah, you could do so many sick pranks on your YouTube channel.
Yeah, you could start a prank YouTube channel.
I guess it also partly depends on how fast you can fly.
r/okra.
Hey, what's
allies,
up, guys?
r/pickle,
Welcome back to G Money
r/anchovy,
Pranks.
Enemies r/banana. Why does it have allies and enemies?
Wait.
Look at the sidebar for r/okra.
They have enemies.
Yeah, enemies r/banana.
It doesn't say that here.
Okay, I guess
says-
I guess
it
we'll
says
go on
right-
to the next question.
Okay.
Um
Wait, what's the ideal candidate answer?
Yeah.
oh, the ideal candidate answer. On the surface, this sounds like a question you heard at a sleepaway camp when you were 12, but Forbes found it to be an indicator of potential leadership ability, with 72% of surveyed leaders choosing the ability to fly over being invisible.
They're bad.
If you think
Yeah.
about it, this question is really asking, do you prefer to be in the spotlight or more behind the scenes?
Not really, but
So,
Flying is not in the spotlight.
Yeah.
How
Yeah.
is that in the spotlight?
yeah, I don't know. It doesn't have an ideal candidate answer for this one. I guess if you're a leader, then the ideal candidate is flying. If you're not a leader, then I guess the ideal candidate answer is being invisible.
yeah, maybe.
Okay, our next
Sure.
question. What was the last gift you gave someone?
The last gift I gave someone
You better say the ideal candidate answer.
was
A coffee.
I gave my dad 3 volumes of European Transformers comics.
I don't know what the last
that's
gift
that's very
I gave
specific.
was. I don't remember.
Yeah, it's Prey, something, and Legacy of Unicron.
Pasta mit Kürbis und Hackfleisch. Lieber mit Kartoffelbrei. Kürbissuppe
I think
mit
Matt
Hühnchen.
accidentally went German.
This
Yeah.
is-
Matt is now in
Matt, this
Germany.
is for English audiences.
Yeah.
Oh, I'm reading through this German cooking subreddit that I found.
What? Okay, stop being on
Stop.
Reddit.
Stop.
Get off Reddit. We're doing a podcast.
Kartoffelsuppe von heute Abend.
Wait, what was the stupid
Matt, quickly, the last gift you gave someone.
I can't remember.
con raison.
Matt,
I can't remember. I don't know. I think I gave my brother some books. I don't remember.
okay, how about you, Jack?
Like a few weeks ago, I bought someone a game.
Whoa.
Nice.
Epic.
It was pretty cool. It's because there was a Steam sale.
I can't really remember. I think
Remember.
it's maybe. Oh yeah, I got my mom flowers for her birthday.
Congrats.
Basic.
Epic. And kind of basic.
Okay. Wow, great, thanks.
Gabe said it first.
Well, all of you are wrong. The ideal candidate answer is my brother loves baseball. So a couple of weeks ago, I bought him tickets to a Red Sox game.
Oh dang, I was wrong.
So this is specifically a
We need to
marketing
buy
job
people
in
baseball
Boston.
tickets. Yeah.
You have to say that, or they'll kick you out.
Yeah.
They won't even
That exact
consider your
wording.
application.
You can't say I bought my brother tickets to a Red Sox game. You have to say the whole thing.
My brother
Yeah,
loves
my brother
baseball,
loves
so a couple of
baseball.
weeks ago, I bought him some tickets to a Red Sox game.
If you
Okay.
if you do not have a brother and he does not love baseball, you cannot. You're a horrible candidate for the job.
Also, if you buy him a ticket to any other team's baseball game, like you can't buy him to get him a ticket to any other baseball game, like Orioles game. Nope. Tigers game. Nope. It must be a Red Sox game.
Okay, so it looks like our next question is how many square feet of pizza are eaten in the U.S. each year?
Why would an idea?
They're circles.
Why would someone in a marketing job have to know all this crap?
They're circles, idiot. None.
Well, let's say hypothetically, theoretically, for the sake of the argument.
That's literally how the ideal question, ideal candidate answer, like, kind of starts.
Okay, so for the sake
No,
of
that's
argument,
a joke. That
let's
is a joke.
say
It's not true.
It starts.
That-
It starts in
that-
that same sort of manner. I feel like it's not like that wording at all, but it's like
It's a circle, idiot.
let's say that Americans eat a lot of pizza. Okay, so you have this massive number of pizza, and then let's say that the average American
pizza.
pizza is like 10 inches in diameter. So
what does
but-
that have anything to do with how much pizza anyone eats?
I'm telling you, just hold on for a second.
Because you have to calculate.
So an
the-
an
Also,
average
10
American
inches in
pizza
diameter?
is 10 inches in diameter, right?
No,
So then the
what?
the
No,
area
no, no, no,
is
no, 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 no.
is
An average American pizza is not 10 inches in diameter.
Well, then what's the goddamn average? Why
I
don't
don't
you
know,
tell
not
me
10
then?
inches. It
Okay.
might have a radius of 10 inches, but not a diameter of 10 inches.
Okay.
10
That's
inches
not a
is
very
okay.
ideal
You're right. That
candidate
is kind of
answer.
small.
Let me just
Depends.
give you the ideal candidate answer, so we don't argue about it too much. So the ideal candidate answer is, well, a pizza is roughly 1 square foot. If the average American eats 1/3 a pizza and eats pizza 3 times a month, that would mean 12 square foot a year. Then multiply that number by 200 million Americans, and you get 2.4 billion square feet.
Okay.
3 pizzas a month.
This isn't a math test, it's an interview.
I know, yeah.
Okay, guys. And also, who happens to know how many Americans there are and how much pizza they eat a month?
Yeah, I know.
Yeah.
Okay,
Like the average American, you know that they eat
How do they know
1/3 of
that
a
the
pizza
average
every
American pizza is a square foot?
okay,
I
10
know.
inches is a small, 12 inches is a medium, 14 inches is large, and 16 inches is extra large. But New York style pizzas are 18 inches in diameter, and standard box sizes are, it doesn't list them, it just says that it
They're
will.
just completely
Also,
guessing.
also, deep dish pizzas, would they count differently because they're thicker? Would they count as a stack of 2 pizzas?
They should.
I don't think so.
Well, it
Yeah,
doesn't
because
matter
it's
because
more
it's
pizza.
square feet, not cubic feet.
Yeah, but
That's
which way are
dumb.
you going? Are you going crust-wise or
I guess that's true.
lengthwise?
But I could stack all the pizzas on top of each other.
What
and
if it's
save one?
what if it's how many square feet thick of pizza, rather than like
How
lengthwise?
would that work?
Well, that's
That
stupid
wouldn't
because.
make any sense. That's dumb.
Okay, next.
Why?
Next
Because
question.
pizzas are
Next
thin,
question.
so you'd end up with like way less.
I know, that's my point.
That's
I
not
think,
an ideal
the
candidate answer.
real ideal candidate answer should just be this question doesn't make any sense.
Well, it's not. The ideal candidate answer is calculating the exact amount of pizza everyone eats, and if you're wrong by like 0.45%, then goodbye.
Leave.
Leave, yeah. What this this website, I mean, these original questions that I made are so janky. It's titled 15 Weird and Fun Interview Questions. We've done 15, and there's a 16th question.
Nice.
Bruh.
That's kind of a bro moment, Zach. Why did you do that?
Yeah.
I don't know. I'm not sure why I did it. Our last interview question for all the marbles is, if you could compare yourself with any animal, which would it be and why?
You cannot say that there's a correct answer to this. Please tell me.
Yours, Mo.
Dang. You just roasted him. Called his mom an animal.
Yeah.
I'd say I associate the most with a with I don't know, probably like a possum, cause like I'm just like a small angry creature who comes out at night.
Okay. That's accurate. How about Matt and Jack?
Stuff. Because I'm stuff. I don't know. You think I'm supposed to pick one animal?
Pick an
to
animal.
relate the most to?
Now, pick an animal quickly. I'll give you 10 seconds.
Listen.
10,
Listen.
9,
If anybody
8,
asks me this question,
7,
I'm going to
6,
accuse them of being a
5,
furry.
4, 3, 2, 1. Answer. Jack.
Just say something that's not a mammal, and then you can't be a furry.
I just like giraffes.
That's not
I
true.
got no idea. Giraffes.
Giraffe. Why?
Just because
It's
I
not like
like
you have a
giraffes.
super long neck or neck.
A human.
Sorry.
Because I am a human.
Okay.
Bro, I have actually.
You guys are yet
I
again.
can't. I don't have enough brain cells for that.
You guys are yet again all wrong. For instance, an ideal answer might be I'd be a horse. Horses are very strong and capable of functioning well both independently and as part of a team. Additionally, they are often fast learners. And there you go. There's the ideal candidate answer. If you're not a horse, get out of my office now, or I'll kick you out the window.
Yeah, if you don't think you're a horse, leave.
Yeah, you have to actually think you're a horse too. You can't just
Yeah.
compare yourself to it. You gotta like get down on all fours and neigh like a horse
Okay.
to get the job.
You also have to.
It's only for the
consume
job. It's an ideal
you have to
candidate type
consume
move.
A large volume of hay every day for the rest of your life if you want to get the job.
Yeah, they require a lot for those jobs. Okay,
Alright,
so that's actually the end of these interview questions, and it took us 50 minutes to get through all these questions, which is good for the podcast, but kind of concerning otherwise.
Well, we had to destroy the.
And actually, it was 16 questions, not 15
Facts
questions.
and logic.
Yeah, and it was actually 16 questions. I think this website has a lot of good ideas, but they're just extremely stupid and convoluted. So actually, they're
Yeah,
not
they have
good.
a lot of bad
They're really
ideas.
bad.
They just have a ton of bad ideas.
I just said they have good ideas and then described what a bad idea is.
Yeah.
Well, what can we talk about for 10 minutes?
Oh, here's another
Yeah,
article
I have a question.
thing.
I have a question. I
Yeah,
have a
yeah.
question.
What's your
What do you
question?
think about the election results?
Let's not get political, but
Let's not get
What do you think
political,
about-
but
I don't want to be political, but what do
yeah,
you think about the results of the United States election?
I don't mean to get political, but Joe Biden kind of dummy thick, but
whoa, that's
not-
really political, my guy.
Yeah, you mentioned Joe. You mentioned the Joe man.
Joe
That's too
Mama.
political.
okay. I found this other article that is apparently a 3-minute read, so it won't last us the entire time. But it's from the same website. It says recruiters
Oh no.
or actually from the same in quotes original bank of my mind, I guess. Recruiters reveal the 7 best fonts for your resume in 2020. Okay.
Impact.
How long do you guys think recruiters typically scan a resume before making a decision?
7 minutes.
I think they look at it. They don't scan it.
Yeah,
This is
I'd say,
this is a
like,
trick question.
This
I'd
website
say like
Give
5
the
minutes.
ideal candidate answer.
this website is saying that recruiters typically scan a resume for only about 6 seconds.
Bruh.
What?
Wow. That means that I am going to get a degree and a high school education and a college degree just to have somebody look at it for 6 seconds.
Okay, so how about I give you guys a couple of fonts and have you rate them. So we won't do all 7 because those will probably be hard for all of for you guys to remember. So we'll do 4
no.
fonts and you guys can rank them.
No. I never
What?
saw these before in the memes channel in the other thing where you
Stop,
swapped
stop.
everyone's
Hey.
We're
Yes.
doing a podcast. Stop.
We're not looking at memes right now.
We're ranking fonts. Jeez,
Yeah.
please
Oh, are you talking about the female things?
Yes.
focus on the fonts.
Okay, yeah, the fonts. The fonts.
The fonts. Okay, so I'll give you guys
Yo,
5
you are
fonts.
beans.
And you guys can rank them on what you think are the best fonts for resumes. We've got Helvetica, Cambria, Calibri, Times New Roman, and Arial.
Okay, the only 3 I know from there are Times New Roman, Helvetica, and Arial. And I've got to say, Times New Roman is probably the best. And then Arial, and then Helvetica is just kind of old.
I think Ariel would be the best. And then
The other two are
behind that.
the other two are Calibri and Cambria.
I don't know what
What
those
about
look like off the top of
what
my head.
about impact? What about impact
What
font?
about spicy rice?
For a resume.
Could you imagine an entire resume in an impact font? It looked like a meme all the way down.
I will send an image of both of the fonts that you guys don't know to the general chat in the Discord, and then you guys can properly rank them.
What about Comic Sans?
Bungee shade.
I probably should have looked up Cambria font, not just Cambria.
What? Is that like?
Because it just showed me a bunch of pictures of unrelated stuff. Okay, here is
It's like a
here are the
place.
two fonts. So how would you rank them? There's Times New Roman, Calibri, Cambria, Helvetica, and Arial.
I say Arial, Times New Roman, Helvetica, Calibri, Cambria.
Zach, you should probably
Arial's
like.
the best. Cambria's after that, and the rest are both just equally. The rest are all just equally generic.
You should probably put like a graphic on screen if they're watching on YouTube, so they can actually understand what we're talking about.
Well, I'm assuming they all know the fonts, though.
Why would you assume
I'm assuming that our audience are font experts.
Oh, okay.
That seems reasonable. Just go with it.
Yep.
Well, I think Gabe has had the closest ranking. Would you like to change it a little bit, Gabe?
I want to change mine to
I
the
didn't have
answer.
Cambria and Calibri in there, but I'd say I'd put Arial first, then Times New Roman, and then Helvetica.
Times New Roman is
Okay,
just
you
dumb.
messed it up more. Okay.
Okay, wait, no, go back. I'll
Commands
put.
E, but in real life.
I'll put. Shut up. That's stupid. I'll put. Never mind. I'll just keep it where it is.
Okay, so we've got Times New Roman in first, Arial in second, Calibri in third, in fourth, Helvetica, in fifth, Cambria.
Command Z, but in
New
real
Roman,
life.
Times New Roman is so lame. Like literally, it's like you could pick any other.
It looks
font
nice,
and put that
though.
place and it'd be better. No, it doesn't. It's lame.
No, it's-
stupid to read.
No, it's not.
Yeah,
I'll disagree.
I would literally rather read an entire resume in impact font than do
That'd
that.
be
But you only have to
funny.
read it for 6
At least
seconds.
At least then it'd be funny.
But then it would take up like way more pages.
That's true, but I'd hire them because number one, I'm only gonna look at it for 6 seconds, and number two, it'd be funny.
One immediate, I think, like, immediate red flag is if, like, one of your job applicants puts their whole resume in, like, Comic Sans or Impact font.
Yeah, yeah.
I think it's just like a
Impact I'd
6.
consider because it's funny, but Comic Sans just looks bad.
Even if it was like the most eloquently written, like most professional, like qualified resume, I just think it would be. I'm not sure I could take it seriously with Impact font.
I definitely couldn't, but I think that might be more likely to hire them.
I'd think that it was like a 6-year-old trying to impersonate like a job or person applying for.
If
a
it was
job
an
ad.
impact font, I'd just be picturing the Vine boom sound effect at every syllable.
Yeah, like,
No, you gotta do it in spicy rice, because it's funny
yeah,
and equally hard to read.
yeah.
Yeah, so we've been going for about an hour now, so
Yeah.
I think we can cut it off now. I think pretty good episode. We talked about fun, weird, and unexpected interview questions with sample answers. There were 16 of
made-
them, not
no-
15.
Then we made fun of them.
Yeah, and
Yep.
then we made fun of him.
They were pretty weird,
It's kind of
though,
funny.
so-
It says on the website that was an 8-minute read. Took us about
That
an
was
hour.
an hour.
We
That
read it
was
for
1 hour.
50 minutes.
We absolutely demolished the questions.
Yeah. We absolutely ruined the questions with facts and logic.
We were
Yeah.
just
Yep.
too thorough.
Not to get political.
We're like,
No, we
to
didn't
get
ruin them.
political.
We absolutely destroyed them with concise facts and logic.
Okay.
We found logical fallacies.
Well,
the
technically, for the sake of argument, hypothetically, theoretically, I say that,
Possibly,
possibly, if you will, let's say,
In this
in
case,
this alternate universe,
Shut
in a
up.
multiverse, if you will, uh,
Gabe,
In
stop.
this
Ooh,
scenario,
I actually have a good idea. Like Sean, for our viewers' knowledge, like up until the most recent episodes, I've been editing the podcast every time, but Gabe started pitching in recently, and I'm gonna try to get Sean to pitch in too. And so what I'm planning on doing is I'm planning on asking him if he wants to edit this week's, so then he can listen to us make fun of him, and then also also edit the podcast.
Good plan. Good plan.
yeah.
Okay, I think that's a pretty good plan. Also, I forgot to mention, but we did not have an episode up. It would technically be 2 weeks ago from the time that this is released. That was because it was Halloween and we were all
Doing
tired
nothing.
and we
Homework.
didn't want to do anything.
We were
Yeah.
doing homework.
Yeah, we were all doing
Also-
homework at the
also-
same
also-
time.
Also, Sean, if you're listening,
does that even come through on the recording?
It does.
yeah.
Good.
Nice.
Okay. So thank you for watching. If you're watching or listening, you already know all of the platforms that we're on. I don't think we have any new ones to mention this week. But I think that's about it. Everyone
Yeah.
want to say goodbye?
Hola.
Hi.
Goodbye.